Yes, my people, today I feel like I want to have some dumpling boiling in a coconut milk. We call it plut. Some say mussa. Some I do some codfish mussa today. Otherwise, we are going to call it all in one. And I'm going to do it with codfish. So right now, the first step, I already break my coconut. I shell it out. And right now, I just grate up some coconut. And then I'm going to show you the basic of how you do your saltfish plut. So the first thing, after grate your coconut, make sure you wash your coconut them still. And then you just grate them down and then you're going to juice them out. And then you're going to put it on the stove to boil. So this is the first stage of it.
What's up, guys? So Leah is back again and she's gonna cook something for you all.
Well, today I'll be doing some plut, and it's saltfish plut. So it's a all-in-one. Some people will call it rundown with dumpling night, but we call it mussa plut. So here's what I'm going to do. I already grated the coconut. So now I'm just going to juice the coconut trash. And after I finish juice the coconut trash, I'm going to strain it and put it on the fire. And then my ingredients for season will be my scallion, my thyme, my onion, my tomato, my hot scotch bonnet pepper, and I'm going to put Irish into it, and I'm going to season it with some Maggi. But first, let I put on the saltfish. So here I have the saltfish. I just go and put it on to boil. So the reason I boil the saltfish off, you want some of the salt to come out of it, because you don't want it too salty. So I already wash my hand here. So this is how you juice it. And you juice out the juice out of it. Make sure you wash your hand and your hand is clean. And you squeeze out the juice. You squeeze it out, because you're using the coconut right now, squeezing out the juice from the trash. And you don't have to throw away the trash. Again, you can make a torta with it, or you can make greater cake with it. Boy, I remember those days when, if you're a Jamaican, once you're a Jamaican, well, maybe other Caribbean country do it. When every time you grate one coconut, before you grate the coconut, you put a little in one cup, and you throw a little sugar in that, and you mix it up, and you eat. Whatever, that's something used to be for we snack. Why these children have it so good, I telling you. Those used to be our snack those days. Now children have all different type of snack and all different type of something to eat. We used to eat straight from the bush, like with sweet sap, with coconut, with jelly, with mango, with custard apple, star apple, all of those stuff. But nowadays, children eating straight out of the shop. You know, and that is why today children have so many different complications sometimes. Even the adults, because plenty of them don't want to eat those things. But this coconut trash with the sugar, boy, that used to be really nice. I used to enjoy those stuff. Those days was the good old days. I must go down memory lane one of these days and share some of my memory with you all. I think I'll go and call it memories. So now I'm just juicing my coconut, and I'm going to strain it out, and I'm going to rest it on the stove. I'm going to take off the saltfish as soon as it finishes boil off, and I'm going to pick it up and put it aside. Right now I'm just going to cut up my herbs, and I'm going to knead my dough and let it set in the meantime while the milk is boiling. So don't go anywhere now, don't touch that dial button. Don't you dare touch it. So stay tuned and continue to watch as I continue. That's my cornmeal right there. So I'm now going to pour in some flour. And yeah, doing a little much today because these girls hungry. Now, you tip a little salt in here. As I said, for me personally, I don't do this tip salt business in no flour, because whatever the pot, whenever time I go in the pot, look at salt already in there. So the less salt I use, it better for me. So now I'm just gonna. So some people put little salt in their flour. They say they get a better flavor. Because me ever watch my salt intake. Now me understand. So when you put a little salt, it gonna have that nice little more. You understand me? But for me personal, you tell me now. I already put salt in my pot. When me want salt inside the dough for? Well, different strokes for different folks, but I don't put. So I'm down kneading in my flour. You just knead it and you're going to put it down, make it set a little. So by the time the milk start to boil up with the season and everything, you know, so your caramel dumpling, your flour, everything done, mix up and ready to go. And when you don't have enough teeth, you can still use a spoon and mix it up. Now make this a recipe miss you at all. Drop it with spoon if you have to. And remember, don't forget to like, share, comments, hit the notification sign that whenever time I post a video, you will be notified. And tell a friend, man. Yeah, tell a friend. Tell a friend about Leah Authentic. No carbon copy. What you see is what you get. You can't pretend for too long, you know. This is my life. Whatever you see. I go to my work. Whenever time I'm at work, if I'm cooking. If I'm at home, I prepare a little stuff for the girls. Yeah. When I'm not walking, doing my little workout, I do have a little time for myself too. So I'll be baby in there. Knead them in. Knead it in. Yeah. Tip your little water. Don't worry yourself if it's spoiled. If it's spoiled, I just get a little more flour and tip in it. If you don't have no more flour, you're in a bad luck. Drop it with spoon. Yes. So me I tell you, say, this is my life that I live. Very simple. I'm not a fussy girl. I heat out sometimes, but not like when you cook your own food. Fold it over, you see? Fold it. Knead it and fold it. And here you have it. I just going to put it down to set for a while, and then I'm going to cut up the season now and set it aside to put in the pot. And the saltfish is already boiling. So, and I don't know if you was like me. You see, like when I finish knead now, I have to wash these and before I make the dough, because it just, to me, it just feel away in my hand. So I always have to wash off back the dough off my hand before I can make the dough. So I'm just going to put this to set for a while. And that is my milk right there, and as you can see, boiling down. So I'm now going to throw in all my stuff in it. So now I'm putting my dough in the pot. Normally sometimes people tip a little curry inside of it, but for me, I just going to use some tomato to get the color from the tomato. So the tomato is going to boil down in it and give it that rich color. So I'm just making my dough put in. Then I'm going to drop the saltfish in. Some say codfish is the same thing. I don't like my dough too big. I just like some nice size dough. And normally I like whole wheat flour. You know, I rather, because you know they say nothing white, not really good for you. But now and then you can, you know, understand what I mean. If the white flour is what you rather, use it. That's what you rather. Use it. A green plantain. I just go and peel it here and put it in the pot. And it's not banana. It's plantain. Plantain and my Irish potato. I have my codfish here, and I'm just gonna break it up in pieces. I don't want to put in the saltfish too early. Just break it up. It's an Ital pot, Rastaman pot this today. No meat, just the codfish. So I'm going to pour in this right here. I have my onion, my scallion, I have my garlic, and I have my thyme, and I also got to cut up a piece of sweet pepper, but I don't ready to put the sweet pepper in it after. I just want the tomato to boil on in it and to give it that color right now. So I'm going to pour this in. So in the coconut milk, I have the dough already cooking, and I have the plantain and the Irish potato. Now I'm going to add my season to it. This is the herbs. In the last before I'm going to add the powder season. So right now I'm going to just add in these seasons. Just look at the color right there. You see the tomato? Everything, every little thing I throw in right here. I don't want no carrot or nothing at all. Right now, I just doing a little Ital pot today. You see me? No meat. So sometimes you can try all these, you know. So I just going to make this go and boil, and I'm not going to cover it, because when I cover it, it's going to sweat some more. I just going to leave it there and let it take its time and just boil right down. Then in the last part, I'm going to put in the sweet pepper, and I'm going to put in my codfish. Not when it completed, no, but when it 3/4 almost finished. So stay tuned. Now this is the coconut trash from what I used to juice to make my plut. Now in this time you can't waste nothing. You have to learn how to incorporate every little thing and stretch it, because you know cost of living is high, and rather worse now in this pandemic. So I'm just going to mix up a little toto, because at least tomorrow the girls can have it for breakfast. So I have a little raisin here. I just going to pour it in here. I'm not going to use much because some people don't like the raisin much. I have one right here. And I'm just going to use the rest of flour and add some more to it. As I said, use up what you got. Back in the days, remember, in time, my parents, they used to finish cook on Sunday. They mix up and look at something sometimes they go out to go to school during the week. So this is the reason why I say I stay like this. I love to mix up and do my little baking. So in the meantime, while I'm mixing up this, you should already be preheated your oven to 350 degrees. And this don't take long to bake, at least an hour, and it will be finished. And you're pouring your little baking powder. Just look at the pot right now. It's boiling down. Now I'm going to pour in my saltfish. Otherwise you will say codfish. For this pot you don't need any salt, because the codfish already is salt. So you don't need no salt. You can flavor your pot with a little flavor, and be careful the type of spice that you're putting in. Excuse me, that you're putting the pot, because it can make your pot become salt, and you don't want that. So I use a little Maggi, and I just got to tip a little bit of complete season, and I just got to let it boil right down. It's going right down to perfection. Let's look at it. See, sometimes we have to leave the meat alone and do it Ital stew. You see me? Wow, and it tastes awesome already. Look at the pot right here. My mussa. We're all in one. And I have a pig up here where they say the dive in. Now some people say, my daughter say, How can somebody eat this with pear? Then tell me now. I know do this. You cut it up and you eat it with the pear. See, look at it. No meat. No meat. You can smell it. Oh, Jesus, if you ever smell in the kitchen. I just cut up a little bit of sweet pepper in the last and I pour it in there. And I sprinkle like a black pepper to it. But I have a scotch bonnet in there now. If you ever make this bus in your pot, you never enjoy this food today. So, me I trying to make that burst in my pot. Yeah, man, look at that. Creamy. Look here. And I just make it nice simmer for 5 more minutes. And then it's fully complete. So, sit down on the table. Make them cook some for you. You sit down right on the table and then dish yours. Because me I tell us I'm a dish man right now. Very soon in 5 minutes. And here you have it. My saltfish all-in-one plut. Otherwise mussa. Nice and creamy. And you have it with some plantain and some dough, otherwise dumpling, a Irish potato. So you're going to have that with 2 slices of pear and just a small glass of juice. What's lovely so in this rainy season outside here. The weather is on, we're having a lot of rain. And so this is what I'm going to take right now. I'm going to indulge in these. And it's so nice to try, just enjoy that. You know when you boil that saltfish in that nice coconut milk, and it boils down to perfection like this. This is no soup or nothing, you know. This is pure gravy. See it right here? This is what it go right down to. Right down. Look at it. Nice and creamy. Just look at it. Creamy. That's the tomato. And that's what I'll be having today for dinner. My saltfish boiled down in my coconut juice with my dough. So enjoy, you can try it. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Whenever time I post a video, will always be notified. Love you, man.